Hello, I'm Erik Roby.
And I'm Kristin Lagana. Welcome to Anne Arundel County Week in Review. Congratulations to the Super Bowl champion Baltimore Ravens. I called it all the way, Erik. I called it all the way.
You were right. You are a prognosticator. ESPN.
I told you.
ESPN. Wait. I think somebody's calling.
Nate Silver, he wants to know my secrets.
Oh, it's ESPN.
Hey, ESPN, what's up?
They're calling collect.
Oh, yeah. This week we'll tell you how to apply to become the county executive, and we'll have a special delivery from Fort Meade. But first, let's get back to the biggest story of the week. The Purple and Black got the job done this week in New Orleans, despite a power outage that I think was caused by Beyonce. Ooh, that seemed to give the San Francisco 49ers a spark. The Ravens won their second Super Bowl by defeating the NFC team by a score of 34-31. Joe Flacco was named the Super Bowl MVP with a great performance, including 3 touchdowns and no interceptions. We also can't forget Jacoby Jones with that incredible 108-yard kick return for one of his 2 touchdowns. And that spin move, what a great game. Now, Erik, did I call it or what? I mean, wasn't I the only one who was saying from the very beginning with the pool, the Ravens were going to go all the way?
You called it, Kristin.
I called it.
You absolutely called it. But I tell you what's even better than that is that our producer, Redskins extraordinaire, Redskins superfan, Dave Abrams, had to write this script. I mean, it must have pained him to write the script about the Ravens winning the Super Bowl for as many times as he has told me, your purple birds are going to choke. Mr. Abrams, you're wrong.
Well, he got some good RG3 news. So,
that's right.
You know. Well, this week, of course, Baltimore was awash in purple for the championship parade, which I was there. We're going to see some good photos a little later on. Yeah.
Scaling the fence?
I was not scaling the fence, those Ravens zombies. And a lot of those people were from Anne Arundel County. And this week's Community Spotlight, Kelsey McConkey was out at the Cromwell Light Rail Station in Glen Burnie to celebrate with the fans. Kelsey.
This is Kelsey McConkey with Week in Review. I'm here at the Cromwell Light Station, and as you can see, all the Ravens fans behind me, Purple Pride is coming out in full force from Anne Arundel County. They're going down for the parade to celebrate the Ravens Super Bowl win, and I'm going to talk to some of the Ravens fans and see their reaction to the Super Bowl wins as well as their expectations for next season, and we'll get to talk to some of them and hope everybody enjoys the parade, and go Ravens! I'm here with some of the Ravens fans that are headed down to the parade today to celebrate the Ravens victory in the Super Bowl. Where did you guys watch the Super Bowl?
In Delaware. Yep, Delaware.
Delaware, so still representing Maryland, not even here. And so what was your favorite moment from the season?
From the whole season?
From the whole season.
Oh gosh, I'm drawing a blank. Just
okay,
winning every game, winning every game, the Super Bowl, yeah.
Super Bowl, all these games. What was your guys' reaction to the blackout?
I thought I was going to throw off our momentum, but we did good, so.
Yeah, I agree with her.
It was good.
And, well, you guys 12 years ago, I know where you guys were, but where were you 12 years ago when the Ravens won the Super Bowl last?
I was babysitting my grandchildren, and we were all on the floor just yelling and screaming and everything, but they're not Ravens fans anymore.
Oh, no!
I probably traumatized them.
Come on, get in here. Where were you when the Ravens?
Right here, waiting to go down to the parade. I was at that parade, yeah. And I got to touch Sarah Goosey.
Oh my God. Yeah. So, what do you expect with the parade this year? What's the difference between the two going down this time?
I mean, it's just so awesome. I mean, it won't be any difference, I think. I'm just so happy for the second. And I had said that if I didn't make another one, at least I made the first one. Now I got a second one, so I got 2 rings under my belt. But it should be good, yeah.
Well, everyone enjoy the parade and go Ravens!
Go Ravens!
Thanks, Kelsey. Hopefully, we'll all be back there next year celebrating a 3rd Super Bowl ring. What do you think, Erik? Should Joe become the highest paid quarterback in the NFL?
Well, look, winning a Super Bowl is great, and as I've said all year long, and Ravens Nation knows this, sometimes we don't believe it when we had that little 3 or 4 game losing streak there in the middle of the season. But Joe Flacco's a good quarterback. Is he elite? He's getting there. He's getting to be an elite quarterback.
They use the word elite a lot.
They use the word elite. He wins the Super Bowl. It's wonderful. I think Flacco is the best quarterback that the Baltimore Ravens ever had. One of the best quarterbacks in the NFL, but there's still Peyton Manning out there. There's still Tom Brady. There's still Drew Brees. There's still Aaron Rodgers. Joe Flacco is coming in around 6, 7, or 8, I think. So he's up there. I don't know that he should be the highest paid quarterback in the NFL, but he's a very, very good quarterback. I mean, who can argue with 5 straight seasons as a starting quarterback? He's never missed a game.
Going to
like
the playoffs as often as he has.
Going to the playoffs every single season and winning a playoff game every single year.
And so he's still considered an underdog, Erik, which just blows my mind. It's just all bets are always against Joe Flacco, and yet he performs. He brings it.
He performs. He is the Baltimore, because we're Baltimore Ravens sports fans here, he's the equivalent of a baseball Cal Ripken. This guy's an Iron Man. He does not miss a snap. He's out there all the time. He takes hits left and right, and he still keeps ticking out there. And he's a great quarterback.
So we mentioned the Tom Brady's, we mentioned the Peyton Mannings, but when it comes down to being a quarterback that gets down and dirty, can stand getting hit, goes in for the plays, Joe Flacco's your pick, man.
He's a Baltimore blue-collar, natty bow kind of quarterback.
He is.
So we're happy to have him, that's for sure. Folks, do you ever see the president on television and think, I could do a better job? What about the mayor? Well, you actually have your chance right now with the resignation of County Executive John Leopold. The County Council has opened an application period for candidates to apply. The council will accept applications until February 15th. Here are the rules, folks. You must be at least 25 years of age, must have been a resident of Anne Arundel County for the last 4 years. You must be a registered Republican for at least 1 year prior to the election. And if you fit these requirements and have a burning desire to serve the public, send your resume, a complete financial disclosure statement, and a complete questionnaire to beth.jones@aacounty.org. That's the County Council's administrative officer. You can also mail your material to the Office of the County Council, P.O. Box 2700, Annapolis, Maryland 21401. For all the details and to download the financial disclosure form and questionnaire, go to www.aacounty.org and click on the news link below the banner. You can also call the council office at 410-222-1401. A lot of things are going to happen. A lot of changes happening coming in Anne Arundel County.
Unfortunately, Erik, I don't meet all of those requirements. And
I know.
I'm not going to say which one. So.
You're 24, Kristin, aren't you?
24 and a half. 24 and a half. Well, we have another interesting sports story to pass along. Last week, a high school basketball coach actually pulled his team from a game because he felt the team was in an unsafe environment. The game was held at St. Francis High School in East Baltimore, where the Spalding High School boys took on the top team in State A's conference. Derek Lewis, coach of the Spalding High boys basketball team, went into halftime to find that several items, including 5 iPhones, about $500 in cash, and a Bluetooth device had been stolen. It wasn't so much about the thefts themselves, the coach told the Maryland Gazette, but the way his team felt about it that caused him to leave the facility. He said the players were so mad that he was concerned a fight would break out. He did not blame the opposing players or the coaches. Lewis said safety was more important than the game. What would Coach Roby have done?
Coach Roby, absolutely. You know what? It's all in high school sports, even in college sports. It's all about the players. It's all about player safety. And you know, that coach has got to make a tough decision, a very difficult decision. And you know, you always gotta. You can't play Monday morning quarterback. You can't second guess. You got to think that he made the right decision.
Yeah, and I think that he made the right call pulling the basketball team out because you know, the thing is that if all of a sudden you're out of that mindset and all of a sudden you're seeing red, you're not really playing how you should be playing. You're not really conducting good sportsmanlike conduct. And if it was any issue with an opposing team or anything like that, then he did the right thing by calling it out and preventing any kind of violence that might have come their way. So, or from them. So
That's right. That's right.
I agree with that.
It's all about having fun out there, folks. Well, folks, there's more Week in Review to come. Check out the community calendar for events around your county. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
What if a disaster strikes without warning? What if life as you know it has completely turned on its head? What if everything familiar becomes anything but? Before a disaster turns your family's world upside down, it's up to you to be ready. Get a kit, make a plan, be informed today. Learn how at ready.gov.
Welcome back. Anne Arundel County Fire Department responded to more than 1,433 calls for service. This included 1,108 emergency medical calls and 106 fire calls. This week, flooding claimed the life of one person in Maryland City, and 2 separate fires damaged homes in Odenton and Pasadena. To tell us more about these incidents is Division Chief Keith Swindle of the Anne Arundel County Fire Department. Chief.
Thanks, Kristin. On January 31st, after storms swept through the county, swiftwater rescue teams responded to 7 incidents. A total of 5 stranded motorists were rescued from locations countywide. At 11:25 hours, units responded to the area of Route 198 and Racetrack Road in Maryland City for a drowning. A 911 call had been received reporting a body floating in the water. Rescue personnel from Anne Arundel and Howard County Fire Departments searched a low-lying wooded area where a homeless encampment was located. Personnel removed one adult male victim from the scene suffering from hypothermia and transported him to Laurel Regional Hospital. In a subsequent search of the camp, rescuers located the body of a 26-year-old female whose cause and manner of death will be determined by the Office of the Chief Medical Examiner in Baltimore. On Tuesday, February 4th, county firefighters responded to 2 separate fires that displaced a total of 10 people. The first incident occurred around 5 p.m. when calls were received reporting a house fire in the 500 block of Oakton Road in Odenton. Upon arrival, smoke and fire was evident from the basement of a 2-story occupied dwelling. 28 personnel were able to bring this one-alarm incident under control in 40 minutes. The cause of the fire remains under investigation and caused approximately $35,000 in total damages to the home. Smoke detectors did not activate in the incident that displaced 3 adults and 5 children. All 8 residents were assisted by the Red Cross. The second fire occurred in Pasadena around 7 p.m. in the 8400 block of Bedford Road in Sunset Beach. Arriving units found a 1-story occupied single-family home with smoke and fire showing from the interior. 25 firefighters were able to bring this one-alarm incident under control in less than 30 minutes. A total of $50,000 in damage was reported to the home, which displaced 2 occupants. Investigators determined that the cause of this fire to be unattended cooking. Back to you, Kristin.
The fire department urges you to never attempt to drive over a flooded road. 2 feet of fast-moving floodwater will float your car. Remember, turn around, don't drown. Thanks, Chief.
On Monday, February 4th at approximately 1:45 p.m., a custodial employee of North County High School in Glen Burnie noticed suspicious activity at the school. Joining us now is Public Information Officer Justin Mulcahy with further details on the investigation. Justin.
The employee heard the sound of an unknown person pulling on an exterior door handle. The custodian inferred this as someone trying to enter the school in an area not normally used by visitors. The custodian used a school-based radio to call for assistance from the school resource officer who was assigned to that high school, North County High School. The SRO immediately went outside to search the school grounds. As he was making his way around the expansive building, he received word that an unknown adult male followed a school employee inside the building through a rear door near the loading dock of the school. Now, school officials who had already been alerted to the presence of a possible intruder quickly located and challenged the male. They escorted the male to the school's office where the SRO met with them, began an investigation. The suspect, identified as 25-year-old Justin Matthew Beaumont from Glen Burnie, indicated he's a former North County High School student. Beaumont did not make any threats to harm anyone at the school, nor were any weapons or illegal items found during a search of Mr. Beaumont and his vehicle. However, an empty handgun holster was found inside of the car. No firearms or ammunition were present. Beaumont's account of his reasons for being at the school included indications he had been subjected to bullying during his enrollment. He also made inquiries about school security and referenced his previous military experience. As a result of his unauthorized presence at North County High School, Beaumont was charged with trespassing on posted property, a misdemeanor offense, and later released. Although there were no other criminal violations noted at the scene, recent violent and tragic events throughout the nation, coupled with Beaumont's statements and actions, led the school safety section commander to contact Colonel Larry W. Tolliver, the chief of the Anne Arundel County Police Department, and apprised him of the extremely unusual and alarming circumstances of this incident. Chief Tolliver immediately directed Northern District detectives and all other necessary police department resources to investigate Beaumont's activities prior to his arrival at North County High School that day on February 4th. Northern District detectives learned that Beaumont is the lawfully registered owner of several firearms, to include an AK-47, an Uzi assault weapon, and 3 handguns. Based on the totality of the circumstances and the mental health evaluation article, detectives applied for and received a search and seizure warrant for Beaumont's home and vehicle. The search warrant was intended to hold Beaumont's firearms for safekeeping pending his evaluation by mental health professionals. Upon service of the search warrant, detectives recovered the AK-47 rifle under Beaumont's bed. The weapon was loaded with a 30-round magazine. An Uzi was also found at the residence, not loaded. 2 unloaded 8mm bolt-action rifles were also discovered. An unloaded .22 caliber handgun was found inside the home. Also, a loaded .380 handgun that was equipped with a laser sight was found. Additionally, a 9mm barrel and silencer with ammunition and numerous ammunition magazines were also recovered. These weapons and materials have been taken into custody for safekeeping by the police department pending additional follow-up investigation. According to school officials, Justin Beaumont attended North County High School briefly in 2002 before transferring. He's currently undergoing some treatment, and at this time it appears the weapons and ammunition were legally owned. As with every incident, lessons are learned and improvements made, with notable exception of the suspect entering a door that should have been pulled completely shut. School officials and the school resource officer reacted quickly and appropriately and effectively to ensure the intruder was confronted and unable to encounter any students. This incident and subsequent investigation, although potentially alarming, illustrates the commitment to school safety and the partnerships between the Anne Arundel County Police Department, the Anne Arundel County Public Schools, the Anne Arundel County State's Attorney's Office, and the Maryland Coordinated and Analysis Center and other federal agencies. What began as a misdemeanor trespassing offense continues to be thoroughly investigated to ensure students, staff, and visitors remain safe at our schools. Suspect information, as mentioned earlier, was Justin Matthew Beaumont, age 25, of the 6000 block of Eder Down Road in Glen Burnie, Maryland. He was charged with trespassing on posted property. Now, folks, if you have any information on any incidents that we mentioned on the show, don't hesitate to call, email, or text your tips to Metro Crime Stoppers hotline. The number is 1-866-7-LOCK-UP, or you can text message MCS plus your message to crimes, or visit the website at www.metrocrimestoppers.net. Remember, those phone calls are not recorded and callers remain anonymous. You might even be eligible for a cash reward of up to $2,000. Back to you.
Thanks, Justin.
It's time for Last Laugh. This is, of course, our new segment where we take a viral video and show it to you folks out there. This week, of course, we saw all the Super Bowl commercials, so we thought, which one got the most views online? And the answer may surprise you. Also interesting was that this happened on what would have been Bob Marley's 68th birthday. Yeah, that's right. This commercial comes from Volkswagen, and it has 11 million views so far on YouTube. Check it out.
I hate Mondays.
Yeah, they're the worst.
No worries, man. Everything will be all right. Yeah, man. Come on. Don't fret me, brother. Sticky bun comes soon. Yeah. Wicked coffee, Mr. Jim. Julia, turn the frown the other way around.
Hey, Dave, you're from Minnesota, right?
Yes, the land of 10,000 lakes. The Gopher State.
So in conclusion, things are pretty dismal.
You know what this room needs? A smile. Who wanna come with I? Traveling along, there's a song that we're singing. Come on, get happy.
You guys are 3 minutes late.
Don't be no cloud on a sunny day.
Yeah, chill, Winston.
Sir?
Respect, bossman.
That's the power of German engineering.
According to our unscientific review, the second place commercial was the Budweiser Clydesdale commercial. It was so adorable. I cried.
Very hard.
This was, of course, about the foal who finds his owner after he's all grown up, with 10 million views, and in a distant third with 7 million views, of course, Dave Abrams watching a Mercedes commercial. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Kate Upton watching a Mercedes.
First of all, why would Dave Abrams in a Mercedes and him watching it ever be, anybody would ever watch that?
It would be brilliant. It would be brilliant, Eric.
Dave Abrams might have made the GoDaddy commercial. Did you see the GoDaddy commercial? I could see Dave Abrams as the guy in the GoDaddy
There's
commercial.
a lot of controversy about that commercial as well, the GoDaddy commercial. First of all, I never see a GoDaddy commercial unless it is Super Bowl.
They only play it during the Super Bowl. That's right. That's their marketing scheme. They have one marketing day.
And it's pretty funny.
It's Super Bowl Sunday.
They have hilarious commercials. You know, and that whole thing. There's a lot of controversy. A lot of people are saying, go for that kid. And a lot of people are saying, ew. But I thought it was great, and I love that guy.
It's genius. Anytime you can have somebody talking about your company and saying, GoDaddy.com,
GoDaddy.
ooh, or yay.
Yeah, they're talking about it.
They're talking about it, and you're getting business driven to that website.
Yeah, there are also a couple commercials that were only aired in very, very, very small, like Midwestern towns that were Will Ferrell and Old Milwaukee.
Oh,
hilarious commercials, but they didn't pay for the mass advertising. They just did it specifically in these little towns. Makes it very smart because then everyone's going to watch it on YouTube, and they didn't have to pay to broadcast it all over the country.
There you go.
So,
well, I understand we were talking earlier about the Ravens. Congratulations, Baltimore Ravens. Congratulations, Kristin and Erik, for picking the Ravens, and I'm glad I was wrong for once in my life.
I'm glad you were wrong too.
But you were out there.
I was there.
Give us the atmosphere. I mean, I'm watching this as I'm in the office. I'm catching bits and pieces of it at lunchtime, and 100,000 plus people.
Yes. We are, of course, talking about the parade, not the Super Bowl itself. I was not in New Orleans, although that would have been amazing. But yes, I'm very, very lucky that I chose to move to Baltimore when I did, because I was able to be there for the Super Bowl win. And it's very easy to walk out your door and walk to the stadium and not have to worry about parking or anything else that's crazy with having to get there for the parade that day. It was an amazing time, Erik. There was purple everywhere. Spirits were running high in the city. Yeah, there were some crazy things going on, like people climbing the fence. Looked a bit, like I mentioned before, the zombie apocalypse. But I don't think that they were quite prepared in a good way for the outpouring of fans and love that they received. And I truly could feel how touched the players were, that so many people came out on a Tuesday to support them. And it was just amazing. The speeches were great. Only thing I was a little disappointed in was it was whispered that Nelly was going to perform, and we didn't get any live entertainment at the stadium.
Yes, you did get live entertainment.
Wait, Ed Reed sang Two Tickets to Paradise.
2 Tickets to Paradise.
Yes, 2 Tickets to Paradise, and that was amazing. I thought it was so cute how he had
Is he going to be a part of the Mood Swings? That's the rumor.
He should. I would put him in a heartbeat. But it's so cute the way he has his kids with him, and how guys like Ray Rice had their buddy entourages on the floats with them. But it was great, and yeah, every seat was packed. It was standing room only, people on the stairs. It was great, and of course we're going to show you some shots. The stadium was packed. Got some great shots of that. I got to meet Deborah Weiner. That was great from WBAL.
Yeah, she got to meet you. She said that on the Erik Cup. I got to meet Kristin Lagana from Week in Review.
No, she didn't.
She didn't even. She did. She was very excited about it.
She did say I was cute, and that made my day because I was covered in like purple stuff and boas and Mardi Gras beads and went all out.
So you wore your normal attire.
Yeah, I wear what I normally wear. But no, it was funny because I had a good girlfriend take a picture of the two of us, Deborah Weiner and I, and they said we were exchanging anchor secrets.
Oh, so, there you go.
There you go.
But she's going to be talking about that with Rod Rodman.
Hopefully.
So
that would be wonderful.
That's right.
Maybe we could have a little crossover, have her on Week in Review.
There you go.
That's your official invitation, Deborah. But it was a great experience, and I'm glad I didn't miss it. Of course, we don't know the next time that we will be at the Super Bowl, but of course,
2014. I mean, what's up with this?
Every time we go to the Super Bowl, we win.
We do. We're 2-0 in Super Bowl. You got to look at this Ravens team, and you got to look at their playoff record, and you got to just think of how good they've been since John Harbaugh's coming in and taking over this team, and since Joe Flacco's been the quarterback. Ray Rice running the rock for them. I mean, this is a phenomenal team that they've put together, and a defense that, folks, this is a defense that used to be #1 in the league, #2 in the league, and they fell off. But they didn't fall off in the playoffs.
No.
They came, they showed up.
And we do have to mention one more time, Ray Lewis. Ray Lewis.
Thank you, Ray.
Quite of a ride, my friend. Yes.
Well, it's been a good year all around. Good start to 2013.
Absolutely.
Hope it continues.
You know what? We're going to go all the way with the Orioles, too. I feel that Orioles magic.
Are you making a bet? Because I need to come back from my other bet, and I can take that bet. Folks, that wraps up this week's edition of Week in Review. You can watch this episode online anytime at www.aacounty.org. Archive episodes are available at blip.tv and on YouTube. You can also subscribe to the free video podcast at iTunes or like us. Yeah, go ahead and do that on Facebook at Arundel TV. Please tune in again next week for more news and highlights from around your Super Bowl champion Ravens County. We'll see you next time.